Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Sir Epic Zero, and we're playing Gundam Battle Operation. So today we're playing a level 1 match. I'm using the Gundam G05, and this is a mobile suit that I like quite a lot. I know it from a Gundam game called Encounters in Space back on the PS2. In Gundam Battle Operation, the G5 is a melee type mobile suit, but it's equipped with a large number of ranged weapons. It's actually kind of hard to use. It's actually fairly difficult to combo with. But let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty. So first off, it's equipped with a weapon that's called a hyper beam rifle, I think, and it pretty much behaves just like a charging beam rifle. So it does take a little bit of time to charge. It does stun with a charged shot. And the G5 is difficult to combo with because it has 5 weapons on it. And its stunning weapon and its beam saber on opposite ends of its weapon cycle. So you're not going to be able to combo with it properly unless you use the advanced weapon switching technique. So this Gundam, you can choose to stay mid to long range with it, kind of. Although most of its weapons, they're only really proper for mid-range. And you can also choose to go in close range with your beam saber, although this is going to cause some complications too. Now in close range, it can do well. It has a pretty good melee correction. It does 3 hits with its beam saber, and it can dodge roll. So this is something that's really advantageous for a melee type mobile suit. And yeah, of course we're on the canyon map, so like me and my allies, we're going to be all tied up, and they're going to be blocking a lot of my shots. Oh, but yeah, finally somebody got that guy. Okay, so if you're going to be fighting at mid-range, I would suggest leading with your beam rifle, and then on your forearm you have these beam guns that have a really high rate of fire, and I really like beam machine guns. They're like super badass, so I tend to like those. The only problem with them is they tend to have like fairly low range on them, so you have to be fairly close. Otherwise, you can combo into the G5's signature weapon, and that's its Gatling cannon. Yeah, the G4 is very similar, except it's got, it has this mega beam launcher thing, which honestly looks like a giant super soaker. But yeah, I like the G5 much better because its weapons just look, it just looks more natural on it. Fairly good teamwork going on here. Yeah, so its Gatling cannon is, it's a fairly good machine gun. I think they probably could increase the damage on it a little bit. A little too slow. Yeah, so it's got a good rate of fire, pretty good damage. Yeah, you shouldn't be relying on the Gatling cannon too much because its damage... Wow, that was a really lucky shot. Yeah, the Gatling cannon's damage output isn't as high as I would like it to be. I think if it were maybe on par with the Gundam Alex's arm Gatlings, maybe slightly less powerful, I think that would be good. Especially because of the yeah, I'm not even in range to use those beam guns. Yeah, especially because of the G5's type difference. It probably shouldn't have too much long-range firepower, or else that'll be a little challenging for support mobile suits. Did he just use a tackle combo and a counter? Well, that's a little weird. But yeah, so one thing you'll notice about the G5 is that it actually has a fairly low running speed for a melee type of its cost. So it costs 400 points at level 1, and that's really high. But its running speed is 200. So you're not going to be walking or running with this very much. You're actually going to be making use of your boost. So the thing about the G5 is it has a kind of low running speed but high boost speed and a really high boost gauge. So you're going to be boosting around a lot. there's a pilot here trying to get our respawn point. Damn it. I don't quite remember if this mobile suit has forced injection, so that it can change direction, but I tend to just rely on the boost speed and my positioning instead, so... And the fact that you have a dog means you're pretty safe. This mobile suit, it's not fragile by any means, but I really don't like, I don't like playing on front lines with this thing. So, like, I choose not to just, like, be a bullet sponge, like, if I can help it. Okay, so on to the combos for this thing. So, yeah, like I was saying earlier, you can do range combos where you like go from the rifle to either of your other range weapons like your beam gun or your Gatling. But if you want to do a melee combo, you have to go from basically beam rifle to beam saber, and from there, what a combo I've seen pretty commonly with this mobile suit, it's actually fairly, really difficult to do. I've never been able to do it. Is that you stun with the beam rifle, boost in and trip with your beam saber, weapon switch once to your beam rifle, fire once, and I would have done it here, except that Gelwood died from my beam rifle shot. But if you use the weapon switch at this time while your beam rifle is readying, you switch back to your beam saber and this is only possible with an advanced weapon switch. Sorry, buddy. I just want to make sure he was really dead. Yeah, so you switch back to your beam saber and then follow up with, you can do a neutral or a down attack. But yeah, that's the most advanced combo I've seen. I've actually seen combos where they mix in a little bit of the beam gun or the beam machine gun in the middle of that, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how many fingers those guys have so that they're able to do that. But yeah, so our team did really well. Really good teamwork, even though we were tripping over ourselves on that match. And I was actually surprised that I did highest damage, but I did get a pretty good support score off of that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the G5. I like it quite a lot. It's a very handsome mobile suit, and it performs well. It's just very tricky to use, so you have to be very careful in how you position, and you have to work well with your teammates. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and yeah, we'll see you next time.